So good morning everyone. Here we again come back. Last class we discussed about how friction affects the motion. So basically friction is something which lowers the speed, or friction is something which decreases the speed. So here I have how friction affects motion. So if you roll a ball along the floor or ground, then it will slow down and stop even though no apparent force is being applied. So when the ball comes to stop on its own, then the force responsible for it is friction. Then the force responsible for it is friction, because friction helps in lowering down the motion, because friction is the opposing force which acts in the opposite direction. Friction is the opposing force which acts in the opposite direction. Friction slows down a moving object, and friction occurs when two objects they rub against each other. The points we discussed in the last class. A car that runs on a very rough road slows down due to friction, because in a rough road the irregularities are more, and hence the force of friction exerted is more. And on a smooth road it travels fast. A smooth surface has a few bump sand hollows, and there is less friction on a smooth surface. So as a result, because in a smooth surface irregularities are less, so the frictional force required is less, and hence the body can move easily. So this is the way in which friction affects the motion. Then depending of friction. So in what cases will friction depend? So friction depends on both the surfaces in contact. So whatever surfaces are there in contact, friction depends on that. When a hockey puck slides on ice, a thin layer of water between the rubber and the ice allows the puck to slide easily. So the sliding of any object on the another object depends on the roughness or depends on the surface. So as a result, we have that particular tendency to rub or to slide or to roll depending upon the surface, or depending upon the surface of the two objects in contact, or it depends also on the irregularities. Next. So factors affecting of friction we did. Friction depends upon two factors, that is nature of the surfaces and how hard you are pressed. So suppose if I take a book, suppose if I take a key, and suppose I press it hard. So if I press it hard, then the friction will be more, and the friction is more on a rough surface. Now suppose this is a subject this is a key I have kept. So if I move it, so because if the surface is rough, then the frictional force will be more, and if the surface is smooth, then the frictional force will be less. So it depends how hard we press it. It depends how hard we press it. So it depends on the surface. Suppose this is the surface, this is the object. It depends on the surface, and hence friction is being counted. So friction is less on a smooth surface, and friction is more on a rough surface. So these are the points that we continued from the last class. Today we will discuss about the cause of friction. So friction is caused due to the interlocking of the irregularities. Now see, suppose this is a key ring, this is a key. Now the surface of the key has some irregularities, and the surface of this table has some irregularities. So when I put it, then the movement it depends on the irregularities between this surface and this surface. So if there is more irregularity this and this, then the friction will be more. So as a result, if the movement of the motion is difficult, then it is called as irregularity. For example, smooth surfaces have very less irregularities between the two surfaces. Means there is no irregularity, there is almost plane. So that's why it is very smooth. Rough surfaces have large irregularity. If the surface is rough, which means the irregularity between my hands and the surface is very rough. And so force of friction. Now if this surface is rough, then the amount of friction will be more. So I need to rub my hand more nicely in order to overcome the force of friction. So force of friction is more if the surfaces are rough. So cause of friction is basically due to the presence of irregularities between the two surfaces. Okay. Then how will you reduce the force of friction? Today's topic important. How will you reduce the force of friction? Means how can you make the surface smooth? Okay. How can you make the surface smooth? So we can make the surface smooth with the help of these values. So unless a force is constantly applied, friction will always slow it. Because if you pedal, then suddenly if you stop pedaling, then slowly the cycle comes to rest. Why? Because force of friction is being applied. So unless a force is constantly applied, friction will slow down. Now in order to overcome the force of friction, you have to keep on adding the force. So then only the force will overcome, the frictional force will be overcome. So it is completely impossible to get rid of friction. Friction will be there because there will be some irregularity, but you can reduce the amount of friction. And how can we reduce the amount of friction? We do it. For example, we put oil when the fan makes a sound. When the fan makes a sound, we put a oil here. Why? So as to reduce the irregularities. And when suppose our doors, they make noise, we put some oil. What happens if we put the oil, the surfaces, it becomes lubricated. The surfaces, it becomes smooth, and hence the irregularities, they become less. So the friction force is less. Because when the surface becomes rough, the frictional force becomes rough and there is a sound. So friction between a shaft is shown in the picture. Friction between a shaft and the outer part of a machine produces a lot of heat. Because it goes inside, comes inside, goes inside, comes outside, so it produces heat. So friction can be reduced by putting a ball bearing. Ball bearing is present in cycles and motorcycles, where we put the ball bearings to reduce the friction between the moving part. So between two moving parts, you can see in the picture, rolling balls are being given, so that the shaft can easily move inside and come outside, move inside and come outside, because it will roll. And we know that rolling friction is less. Rolling friction will always be less than sliding friction, and sliding friction will always be less than static friction. Because in static friction, the point of contact is more. In sliding friction, the point of contact is less, and in rolling friction, the point of contact is very less. Now suppose if I put the key like this. Now the point of contact between the key and this surface is less, so friction will be less. Now if I put the key like this, the point of contact between the key and the table is like this, so point of contact is more, as a result friction will be more. So which means we come to a conclusion that rolling friction is more than sliding friction, and sliding friction is more than, rolling friction is less than sliding friction, and sliding friction is less than static friction. So in order the shaft to move inside and to come outside, rolling balls are placed so that it helps the shaft to go and come outside. So in this way we can reduce the friction. We apply grease, we apply lubricants on the doors of handles, on the doors of cars, on the fans, so as to reduce the amount of friction. Next. So these are some of the points by which you can reduce the friction. So friction can be reduced by using lubricants like powders or oils or greases, using rollers or wheels. Now putting a luggage, if you pull a luggage wheel, if the luggage wheel has no roller, it is difficult to put. Why? It is difficult to pull. Why? Because the frictional force is more between the luggage and the ground. But if you put a wheel, then you can easily pull the luggage, because rolling friction is there and it is less. Using ball bearings, we sprinkle powder on the carom board, so as the movement of the those particular caroms which we use, those particular movement of those carom balls is very smooth. So we sprinkle powder on the carom board to reduce the friction. Oil or grease is applied between the moving parts of machines to reduce friction. Wheels are used in vehicles to reduce friction. So a vehicle will not drag like this. A vehicle has to put a wheel. Then ball bearings are used in ceiling fans, bicycles and all to reduce friction. Okay. So these are some of the techniques how to reduce friction. So these are the videos, topics which I am discussing, but notes you will get in the Google Classroom. I will upload the notes there. Next, useful friction. Whether friction is useful or not, that is a very important part. The friction is actually useful also. So that's why we learn a statement that friction is necessary evil. Means friction is evil also, but friction is necessary also. So friction is a necessary evil. So friction is useful in many of our daily activities. It's mentioned here. It is possible to hold a tumbler due to friction between the hand and the tumbler. Friction between the feet and the ground helps us to move. It is possible to write with a pen or a pencil on a paper due to friction, because if the surface is smooth, then we will not be able to write on a paper with a pencil or a pen. So friction is necessary. It is possible to write on a blackboard due to friction between the chalk and the blackboard, because if the blackboard is too smooth, then we cannot write. So friction is necessary in those cases. Friction is also important for anyone driving a car, because if the road is too smooth, then the tires will skid. So that is also friction is useful. Shoes are designed to increase the friction between the soles, and grooved tire treads means more design of the tires helps us to get a grip. You can see there are various tire designs. So tire designs are being done to get us a grip, so that the friction between the tire and the road is more. So these are some instances where friction is useful. But on the other hand, friction is harmful also. That we will discuss in the next class. So today we discuss about the usefulness of friction, the advantages of friction, why we need friction. We discuss about reducing friction. How can we reduce friction? We can reduce it by using lubricants. We can reduce it by using rollers. We can reduce it by using ball bearings, by sprinkling powder on the carom board so the surface becomes smooth. We can reduce the force of friction by these methods. And what is the basic cause of friction? So basic cause of friction is due to the irregularity between a smooth and a rough surface. So thank you very much, students. Today we stop till here. In the next live class, we will discuss about the disadvantages of friction. Today we discuss about usefulness. Next we will discuss how it is evil. So that's why the statement has come that friction is a necessary evil. It is necessary also, it is evil also. So with this, I would like to wind up. Thank you very much. May God bless you.